I'm the keeper, David. You are?
I'm Amanda. I'm playing Edna Price, the professor of medicine.
Excellent.
I am Jake. I'm playing Arthur Bingham, a soldier, a sniper from World War I.
I'm Jackson. I'm playing Johnny Allen, the starting pitcher for the Miskatonic baseball team.
the local university.
The local university baseball
The
team.
MBTs.
Miskatonic University baseball.
Yeah. Go Pods. Okay. So we are beginning our game in Arkham at Miskatonic University. This is a picture of the town. Beautiful picture of the town. Rolly, you're ruining this.
Rolly.
This is my dog, Rolly. He's making all the noise. And this is the town of Arkham, and specifically in the Miskatonic University area. It's raining. It's been raining for 3 days. It's pouring down. And each of you, for various reasons, have found yourself on campus today. It's Tuesday. Even though it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it feels like it's about 7 o'clock at night. The clouds are low. Sheets are just peeling across the pavement of the streets. And the chill of winter is kind of upon you. It's mid-September, and yet here you are, freezing to death. Each of you have been asked to be at the side of an old friend or mentor, depending on what your relationship is, to Rupert Merriweather. As I've said, you all have a connection to him. Do you want to say what that connection is, just for us to begin roleplay? What's your connection to him?
Rupert, I think, was the first. Who is Rupert?
He's a professor at Miskatonic.
Probably the first professor I really enjoyed being at school for.
Yeah, his classes have always been engaging, and he seemed like somebody who spent time in the field, had a lot of anecdotes.
Yeah.
And, I think he was also a baseball fan.
Yeah.
So
he took an interest in me because I was kind of up-and-coming player for the university.
Excellent. And for you?
Rupert Merritt, so he's a professor.
He was professor at Miskatonic.
At Miskatonic University. I think when I came down here, when I moved to Arkham, he was like one of the first people that I got to know and kind of like introduced me to the city in a sort of way. And he was like one of the people that I trust, just because he was so warm and welcoming to this place I was completely unfamiliar with.
Excellent. Good. You've known him for a while because you're a bit older.
Yes, I have.
What was your connection?
He was a colleague.
Was there his field was anthropology. I wonder if there's a connection there. Perhaps you guys wrote a paper back in the day.
Yes, well, I have very little experience in anthropology, and he helped me with one of my papers.
Excellent. It's a sad day for the three of you because you've been asked to visit him in the hospital. He has cancer and has taken a turn for the worst, and isn't likely to survive much longer. He has days, if not hours, left. That's what the doctors say. So you're the first to arrive at the. It's 1 o'clock. You were asked to be there at 1:30. You walk through the hospital, trying not to drip on people.
Yeah.
Because
soaked.
you're just soaked. You walk from the field, which isn't that far, but you thought you could make it when it wasn't raining for a bit, and you get caught, and it's brutal. The nurses, the doctors are frowning at you as you sort of make your way through the hall, and finally you get to his room, which is on the second floor in the corner. He's given a lovely room at St. Mary's. It's palliative care. They pretty much know that he's not going to live. So in the room you go. You can see your old mentor lying on the bed. He is half the size of his normal self. He's all skin and bones. and we normally we're used to seeing him healthy, and as I said, active in the field. He was always a guy that was full of vigor and an athlete as well. And that's where you connected. However, now he's lying in his bed, and he doesn't register your entrance. It seems like in a fog of pain or drugs or whatever it is. His wife is standing there, looking out the window, and nods as you come in. She is in her mid-60s, attractive, and obviously heartbroken. And today, she looks like she would crumble if you put one finger on her. She's that fragile. His son is sitting in the corner. His son's a small guy, black hair, always sort of greased back, and he's just tapping his feet, like one of his feet, impatiently on the floor. It looks like he would rather be anywhere else in the world than by his father's side at this time. He looks up at you and rolls his eyes as you walk in. And so...
Don't like the look of this kid. I walk over to his wife.
All right. And she says, "Oh, thank you for coming."
It's not a problem.
Yeah.
Your husband, he was a great man, so I thought, what a better way on a Tuesday to pay my respects.
I'm sure he appreciates it so much. And she looks over at him, and there's almost a light in his eye as he looks up and seems to see you for the first time. Next to enter. As well, you thread your way through. People are a little bit... They move out of your way because obviously there's something about you and the way that you move through the rooms that you command a bit more respect. It's almost like they can see the war in you, if you will. You easily get to the second floor and find the room. All right, so finally you get to the door.
I knock on the door first, and then I wait a few moments, and then I enter. And you hear a knock on the door. His wife doesn't move. The son doesn't move. Well, he's still just tapping his feet. His son's in his early 20s.
Like my age.
Yeah. You've known him for a while. He didn't go to school.
Okay.
He didn't go to university.
I know him.
Yeah. He's you think he's looking on not working his life and just inheriting what his dad leaves behind. So the knock on the door.
You expecting anyone?
I think there are two more people coming. Says Mrs. Merriweather.
I go and open the door.
And you see each other.
Hello, I'm here to see Rupert Merriweather.
Yeah, come in.
And so you find yourself in the room, and it is as I described.
Okay. What's her name?
Agnes.
I look over to Agnes and I say, "I hope you're doing okay." And then I walk over to Rupert and I stand beside his bed and I just look over him and to see if he can even see me. I kind of lean in politely.
He smiles when he sees you. You could see the corners of his mouth lift. He recognizes the two of you are in his frame. And he's smiling and looking at you. There's a slight tear that forms in his eye.
Hey, Rupee!
He breathes in and out. His breath is really shallow.
Well, Rupert, don't strain yourself, please.
Not looking too hot today.
And then the doctors come in. There's three of them, two men that are young and a woman. Who describe yourself? Let's start there.
I walk in first, ahead of the men, clipboard in hand. I look at the sun. Can I roll an intimidate check on it?
Yeah, sure. You're gonna try to intimidate the son by looking at him to show some fucking respect. Okay, good. Idiot. He's impervious to your. He barely even notices you. Impervious to your intimidation. However, the two of you definitely perk up. This woman obviously wields some authority.
almost enter salute. Almost enter, whatever.
All right, and so what do you look like?
I am pushing 5 feet. I have chopped black hair, angular, that matches my angular suit with lab coat underneath. I am very feminine, but dress as masculine as I can get away with for 1921. And I have a scar on my left eyebrow that pulls it up, so it's permanently cocked.
Cool. And describe yourself.
I'm a little bit taller than I usually am. You can tell I'm well built from the war. I have just short haircut, not completely buzzed, but just like cut on the sides and on the back. Kind of stern looking features, not really attractive, but just kind of like damaged. And then I'm going to reach. I try and reach for my cigarettes and take out some matches, and I realize they're all wet, and I just like, fuck. And I just throw them in the waste bin.
And you?
I'm similar height, about pretty tall, big build. I'm wearing a ball cap kind of constantly, and just a kind of just a random T-shirt and some like jogging pants and shoes. And I constantly have a like a tensor bandage around my right arm, kind of my throwing arm. So I have to keep it constant. I'm trying never to use it, even though I'm right-handed. I try to do anything I can with my left hand, just to save the right arm for. It's like superstitious almost. Like if I overuse it, it won't perform when I need it.
Great.
So.
And what's your name? One more time.
Johnny Allen.
Johnny Allen. Okay. Johnny Allen. And you are?
Arthur Bingham. B-I-N-G.
Bingham. And you are Dr.
Edna Price.
Edna Price. Excellent. Okay. So the three of you are assembled, not impressed by the sun, and Mrs. Merriweather, she leans forward as Rupert seems to whisper something that you guys barely hear. He wants to speak to you three alone. And the son's like, what? He's gonna die any minute? We're gonna just leave?
Excuse me. How about you let your mother finish?
Who the hell are you?
I'm Arthur Bingham.
First he's like,
Do I know his name?
the kid, yeah.
The son, yeah.
The son, not really a kid. Yeah, his name is Bertrand.
Bertrand. Hey, Bertrand, you just give him a minute. It won't be long.
All right, fine, but if something happens, just tell me, okay?
Yeah, I'm right in here. Don't worry.
And he leaves. Stupid. And Mrs. Merriweather, she looks up, and the two students, or I guess one is a student and one is a resident. They look at you. Do you want us to stay? All right. We both leave, leaving the three of you together with Rupert. And as soon as everybody leaves, you see him brighten up, and he sits up a little bit in his chair.
Hey, Rupee, don't.
It's all right. I need to do this. Thank you so much for coming. The three of you are the only people I trust, and I have something to tell you.
Can I go over and try to fiddle with the medical equipment?
Yeah, to try to help him out. Make a medicine roll.
12 out of 80.
Excellent. Holy fucking shit.
He's so good.
He's better.
Is that an extreme success?
Yeah. Sorry.
It is, right? Yeah. All right. So you help him out. You give him some more of the thing and move the other thing, and
Wow,
all of that medical stuff.
Amazing.
And he starts breathing a little easier, which is good for me, so I don't have to. Do this whole thing.
Good job.
Thank you. You can check your medical stuff.
Great.
And he says, "Oh, thank God, you're here." He reaches down by his side, and you can see that there's a package on the floor, which he hadn't seen before, and he points at it.
What's that?
Take it.
I like quickly go.
Yeah, pick it up, and it's light, whatever it is. It's wrapped up, but it seems to be a box of some kind. It's wrapped up in brown paper and tied around, but not like it's going to be mailed or anything. It's just wrapped up so that it's been sealed.
Okay.
And he says, "I have a request, something that needs to be done, and you're the only people that I trust to do it. It may sound crazy, but it's my last wish. I need you to help.
Of course.
People are in danger. Terrible danger." You lift the box. Like I said, it's light. He says, "Take that, and it will explain everything."
Get the box.
Yes. When I was young, in my days of university, I and a group of friends made a foolish choice, and it's cost us everything.
Oh.
I need you to help me and put things right. We used to have a group. We were so foolish back then. We played with the occult. It seemed like a easy, fun pastime.
Oh, Rupert.
But we called something up, and we couldn't put it back. I need you to put it back before it escapes and hurts other people. I'm the last. And he coughs, and you can see blood on his lips as he coughs. I'm the last of the group. When I die, this thing will wake, and people will die.
Oh God.
Can I take a handkerchief out and dab the blood off?
Yeah. Excellent. You can make a psychology roll. Anyone wants to make a psychology roll?
I have 50.
Excellent. That's a really high.
I have 1%.
7.
That's extreme success.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
So
Such a
you can
price.
check your psychology roll. His story, although it sounds insane, obviously, he absolutely believes what he's saying.
Okay.
Who else was part of this group, Rupert?
He the names, and he points in the box. The names are there in it.
I start like fidgeting with like the.
Yeah, you can.
Opening it
It's
up.
really easy.
Okay. Yeah.
To open it up, and you can see there's a journal in there.
Okay.
There's a letter, and then there's also a small sarcophagus-shaped gold box as well.
Can I just take the journal from him?
Well, he opens it up, and you can see that there's a thing. You can take it from him, or you can ask him for it, whichever you like.
Journal?
Yeah. Hand it to him.
All right. It's an old journal written. It's now at least 30, 40 years old. It's yellowed, the paper. And he says, "You have to go to the house and put things right. I don't have much time left."
Hey, you want me to call it? Get some more doctors. You.
No, it's and blood just pours out of
Can I-
his mouth.
Can I see what's going on?
Oh, he's hanging on by a
Oh,
thread.
okay.
It's his time. But you have to get there. When I die, it's over.
What's over?
Everything. More blood comes out.
I go and I race for the door and try to get the family. Hey.
He starts coughing, and as that you walk over and the family come in,
Yeah.
and obviously the other doctors are coming in
Yeah.
too. You've got the box, and he starts coughing up, and this time the blood that comes out, there's a lot of it. It's like
Ugh.
it's like he's throwing up an organ.
Fuck.
Make sanity rolls, except you.
Oh, I fail.
20.
You
So I'm okay.
you lose one.
One.
Sanity for seeing your old mentor in this state. It's awful and very sad. Soon all of the interns, the doctors rush around him, and he's put under, and his breathing it's really shallow. He's still alive, but you know that it's a matter of hours, not days. And it seems like whatever has happened, the clock's ticking for you. At this point, there's a peal of thunder as the rain smashes up against the side of the windows of this. What normally would be a beautiful view in this room is now sort of a nightmarish view because of all the rain and because of the circumstances and the blood everywhere.
Can I comfort the wife?
Yes, yeah. She needs it, and she collapses in a pool of tears in your arms.
As that's going on, I kind of just, outside of the room, I go out of the room and like open the letter.
Alright.
And see what's in the letter.
Can I go over to Rupert and just say, I go over to Rupert and I say, it's been good knowing you, Rupert. And I just kind of take his hand and I squeeze it for a second.
And as you let go, your hand is covered in blood. And you have a bit of a flashback to the war. not traumatic if your sanity were lower, it would be traumatic, but the smell of blood, and all of the other smells in this area definitely bring you back. And there's some kerchiefs that
I grab some and I walk out. As soon as I get the blood on my hand, I have to walk out of the room. I'm too uncomfortable.
So you left the room.
I'm outside of the room. Yeah.
You open the letter,
Yeah.
and it contains a deed of a house and a key.
Deed of a house and a key. Okay.
And you're holding the journal in your hands.
With the wife in my arms.
Yeah.
Is the son in the room?
Yeah. He's barely looking at his father. He's just pacing.
So as he comes out of the room, I kind of grab him and go, "Hey, so this can't be like legit, right? Like this is some kind of joke."
I trust Rupert.
Yeah, I mean, me too. But like, this, what is he talking about? Like, this is nonsense.
I'm not sure, but I think we should follow up on it. It's his last wishes, no matter what it is.
I mean, it's a free house, if nothing else. So there we go.
I guess so.
And so she cries, and eventually she's just sitting and crying, and you're free to do what you wish.
Okay. I look over the medical staff.
They're all
making sure they're
you
doing
run a
everything
tight
to
ship.
code.
80 medicine. You kind
of know what we're doing.
And with the high intimidate, nobody's stepping out of line. Everyone's doing exactly what they ought to be doing.
All right, and I walk out of the room.
And the two other men are standing there. They seem, from what you've said and what you've seen, and also because of Rupert, they seem like trustworthy sorts. They don't seem like feckless young people. This man has obviously seen combat. You can see the ghosts of World War I in his eyes. And this guy seems like an earthy, solid sort as well.
I've seen him around campus.
Yeah. Yeah, he's well known as the star pitcher for the Pods.
The Pods?
The Tide Pods.
All right. So the three of you find yourself in the hall. The rain battering the windows at the other end, and doctors coming and going. You can take over.
What is so? We have the key. We have the key in the
random
and
house.
now you see he's holding what looks like a deed to a house and a key.
And you open that? Did you open the gold star?
No, I'm not touching it.
Can I see that?
Yeah.
I open the journal to a random page.
You read, "The thing formed in the center of the pentagram, shapeless, nearly invisible. Its terrible voice should have given us a clue, but we were foolish. It spoke then."
I look at the deed.
You can see.
Pull out my umbrella. I guess we have somewhere to go, don't we?
But this isn't like legit, right? Like this is some kind
Did
of.
you stop saying
treasure
that
hunt?
it's not legit? I pop. Can I just like creak open the gold sarcophagus to see what's inside?
You sure can.
Make a sanity check.
You die.
Oh my god.
The boxes of it seems like it's ancient. It seems like from another era completely. And do you have history or archaeology?
No. Fine. No.
There are all over this box there are hieroglyphics,
Oh.
and inside the box are distinctly different, some sort of different kind of runic lettering.
And there's
Can I
no.
see it?
Hey, that's like
Can I
the
see it?
You can all see it.
Can I do a
That's
history check?
That's the
You have
Egypt
history?
writing.
I have 65
writing?
history.
Go ahead.
34.
It's definitely Egyptian Middle Kingdom.
Egyptian Middle Kingdom.
Okay.
What kind of writing?
And it's distinctive that the other ones that you can see are not Egyptian. The other writing is not Egyptian at
the
all.
rune. The writing on the inside isn't Egyptian.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like the look of that thing.
I close it up and I hand it to Edna. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll
Yes.
make better use of this than
What was your name again?
Arthur. Bingo.
Nice to meet you, Arthur.
It's nice to meet you.
Soldier?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm
You
Johnny.
Boy.
you have an office here at St. Mary's that you can go to as well if you
Nice to
want,
meet you,
if you want to have a conversation.
Arthur. Got a firm handshake.
I tuck the journal and the sarcophagus in my lab coat.
Yep.
And turn to the boys and say, we should go somewhere more private.
Walk with me.
Come with me.
All right.
We
So
do so.
So you find your way to the third floor. On the other side, you have a view of the athletic field from your office. You have a corner office because of your intimidation skill.
I want the corner.
And the two of them join you here. In the room, you have a desk, a comfortable chair, large windows. Again, with the wind and the rain smashing against some trees, this is a storm, and it's about 2:30 in the afternoon now.
I think that we should probably check it. There seemed some immediacy to Rupert's death. I think we should check out the house as soon as possible.
I agree.
I mean, if you're sure, I guess.
Did you know Rupert at all?
Yeah, he was a professor. He always came to my games. He helped me out with my academic stuff. He was a good guy.
And you doubt his sanity?
No, it seems too much. It seems like it's too much. I don't know. Let's go. We'll go.
I do want to mention a couple of things because you're new players to Call of Cthulhu.
Mm-hmm.
That yes, there's absolutely immediacy happening, but it's a very good idea to research any place, anything that you're going to go into before you actually get there. Just as one of the rules, just to help you, the baseline idea, because if you don't do that, you may be walking into a situation that you have no idea what it is, and that's just a metagame thing for me. But I'm just going to warn you: you are on the Miskatonic University grounds. You have libraries, you have museums, and you have the medical center. You have a lot of resources that are only a 5-minute or a 10-minute walk away. The Arkham Advertiser, the Arkham Gazette are the two local newspapers, and there's the police station. I don't know if you have to need that, but the town itself, anything you want to get to is a 10-minute drive or a half-an-hour walk. So and the Ross Corners that's mentioned in this is about a 2-hour drive.
That's the house. That's
Yeah.
the deed. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
We could. So, why don't we take that sarcophagus and bring it to someone on campus who might have more idea about archaeological.
Is that real, like an Egyptian writing?
Is it real
Yes,
Egyptian
it is.
writing?
It's authentic. This thing is over 2,500 years old, this little box.
So
Wow.
we could sell that for something. I don't know.
I'm sure we could as soon as we find out what it's useful.
I mean,
this is.
afterwards. Yeah, we'll split it.
Of course. And then you read the journal and.
I read a page of the journal. I did not like what I read, so I closed it.
Could I see the journal?
Can I do a psychology check on him?
In this
Like,
case,
does
unless
this-
it's you're gonna just have to use your own instincts. Yeah.
I gave him the journal.
Could I open it to the first page and just read what was there?
Sure. At the very beginning of it, it's the journal dates from June 1881 to March of 1882. You realize it'll take you probably about an hour and a half to read the thing from cover to cover. It starts out, there's a group of friends that playfully call themselves the Dark Brotherhood.
I
And they have their first meeting in the spring of '81. Rupert Merriweather was one of them. He was the recording secretary, and they had 6 people involved. It was Robert Mencken, Harold Copley, Marion Allen, Crawford Harris, Cecil Jones, and Rupert Merriweather.
Do I recognize any of the people other than Rupert? From just being...
Yeah, I'm telling them all.
All of their names seem to... they strike a bell. Well, some of their names strike a bell, but they're not professors here now, but they were presumably all students at one point.
What's the age difference between myself and Rupert?
Rupert, he's in his mid-60s.
Okay, so they would have been much older than me. Okay.
Yeah, all of these people would have been 20 years older than me.
Okay.
So all right. So we're like in private. Are we in private?
Yeah,
We're in the office.
Yeah.
So, the Dark Brotherhood thing. Don't know about the occult, but it's real.
What?
Yep. I'm a part of it.
What?
Yep. Don't know about the occult. Never known anything about that, or what the old guys used to do. I mean, I got hazed in first year, but that was it. So
it's a fraternity, you think?
Yeah, that's it. Like it's a place to live. It was a bunch of guys. You know, we play sports.
Where did you guys gather?
There's a big house. You know, it's a big old house.
Is it on campus?
Yeah, it's just down the street, probably.
All right, and so you're flipping through, and you see another one. In June of '81, they purchased an old farmhouse outside Ross's Corners, and they wanted to find a place, just an old farmhouse. They wanted to conduct their experiments in private.
Yeah, no, that's not where
they called themselves a student literary fraternity, and they cleaned and furnished the place. And Marion Allen carved special warding, protective signs on all the doors and windows.
All the doors. Ooh.
And everybody thought it was hilarious at the time. They were all making fun of him. And then they went through, as you're going through those pages, I assume you're just sitting together going through this thing. It's going to take you about an hour altogether, so from 2:30 to 3:30.
Okay.
If you want to flip through this.
Let's do it.
A series of experiments, innocent and mostly ineffective, were taken out. Oh, how we're going to summon a ghost. Oh, we're going to use a Ouija board. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. And some stuff that's more esoteric than that, right? There's the normal stuff that everybody gets up to in university, and then there's what these guys did.
Right.
Sometimes they involved, killing small animals for rituals, whatnot. Rupert didn't go along with those things and thought it was crazy, and it's recorded. But he still did stay in the society. And then there's an entry dated February of '82, which notes Marion Allen's acquisition of an artifact, which was supposed to be Egyptian, described as a small sarcophagus of gold with a hinged lid. Inside was a large piece of amber entrapping a specimen of some unknown species of anthropod. Allen was excited, and it is, of course, the box that you hold in your
very
hands.
obvious. Okay.
But the thing that's inside is different.
It's gone.
Okay.
There's
So
nothing inside except an inscription.
Did they say when Marion put the protective signs what language? Like, what are they?
They were occult symbols. Everyone laughed at the time that they were just like strange, weird symbols that somehow Marion had found.
Do they have drawings in the journal of those symbols?
No.
Okay.
I guess we'll have to head to Ross's Corners and see if we can see those symbols.
Well, that's the house.
So then Allen says in the journal that he's found a book that was in the Miskatonic University Library called De Vermis Mysterious, and he found in that book how to use the box. It had some power that he unlocked from this book. And the small animal that was trapped in the amber was said to contain a friendly spirit and a guide. At which point they did a ceremony to summon the spirit creature. And then I'm going to let you read. You can take turns reading each paragraph if you want. This is the entry that you find.
We begin a ceremony as Marion instructed, according to that described in his book. De Vermis Mysterious. A fire is set in the fireplace, and a pentagram chalked on the floor, marked with appropriate symbols and illuminated by 2 black tapers.
Tapers would be candles, black candles.
Tapers placed near the center, flanking the piece of amber with its entrapped spirit. The others sit in a circle, while I, the designated watcher, who guards from malevolent spirits, sit in the far corner of the room.
Marion throws a handful of powder in the fire, producing an wit-smelling smoke. Producing an, I don't know what you think that is. Wit-smelling smoke, and dampening the flames, which now burn a sputtering green and brown. Those seated begin the Latin chant Marion Allen has transcribed from his book.
After nearly 2 hours, I see a trail of smoke circling up from the piece of amber. Its surface seems to be bubbling, melting. Could this be it? Have we finally achieved success? I can see a form. Keep going.
It is the following day. We have finished with our plans and have sworn a pact to never speak of what happened last night. We have satisfactorily explained the death of Robert, and in some manner the madness of Harold. The sheriff accepts the explanation of a carriage accident. We planned it well. Robert's neck was broken in the fall, we told him. Harold struck his head on a rock when the horse's leg broke and the carriage rolled. Would it be that it was only that? For the rest of us, we will be forever changed by what we experienced last night.
The thing formed in the crater of the pentagram, shapeless, nearly invisible. Its terrible voice should have given us a clue, but we were foolish. It spoke. Then Marion cast that damned powder on the spirit. The dust of Hunragi, he calls it Ragi, and that's when we could see it.
Words cannot describe the faceless thing with 1,000 maws. It roiled and bubbled, never fully revealing itself. So terrifying was its aspect that I sat as though frozen to the floor, the pen falling from my new something fingers. Cecil and Marion seemed as lifeless as I, while a short, sharp cry issued from Crawford's mouth. Robert, however, rose to his feet, and before anyone could stop him, stepped forward as though to embrace our horrible guest. With its arms, or those appendages that seemed most like arms, it took hold of poor Robert and twisted his head around as though it was a doll's head. The lifeless corpse was then thrown back in Harold's lap, and that's when he began that damnable shrieking. The shrieking that hadn't stopped well after we handed him over to the sheriff's men.
We still had a chance, apparently. Marion now believes that if we had kept our wits, we could have reversed the chant and eventually forced back the creature to wherever it came from. But Crawford panicked and, mistakenly believing that it would dispel the creature, reached forward and destroyed part of the pentagram, breaking its effectiveness. Released from that binding symbol, the thing, with a screech that could only have been unholy satisfaction, fled the house, disappearing out the window as a roaring, screaming wind of boiling colors.
Marion believes that the thing could still be destroyed, or at best dispelled, but none of us who remain have the stomach for such an undertaking. It is believed that the spell we cast inextricably binds the thing to the house, and it is true that when we went back a few days later to retrieve our things, we heard it bumping about in the attic over our heads. The warding signs so cheerfully carved by Marion Allen during better times that seemed so long ago, apparently are effective, and ban the thing entry except into the attic of the house.
And there you have it. The storm continues throughout, occasionally banging.
I reach for my cigarettes and forget that they're not there.
And there's no doubt that whoever wrote this, and in each section, that they were in earnest.
And I don't know. I don't know any of this from like my fraternity. Like that's not a thing that happens. They don't just chant randomly.
What do you do at these meetings?
Make a spot hidden roll. Whoever gets the best success.
15.
I got 62.
What'd you get?
That's a success, though.
I got a great success.
A
Hard
15?
success?
I got a 15. Yeah.
You notice that there's one section at the very end of the book. It's just like almost a margin note that looks like it's recent and of a different kind of handwriting as the rest.
What does it say?
It's hard to read out. I gravely fear that which I and my colleagues have loosed upon this countryside. Nothing of consequence has yet taken place, but with my death the bonds will be broken, and the thing then free to come up and go as it pleases, lives and souls not yet taken already lie heavy on my conscience. The method of delivering the thing out of this world is still in that accursed house. The translation made by Marion from the horrid De Vermis Mystere, the book. I am not strong enough to take on the task, but I know of those who perhaps are. Should they fail me, may God have mercy on my soul.
Mary, yeah, and that's Rupert,
Yeah.
obviously.
Well, I guess I need to read that book.
I wonder if those signs, because Rupert said that as soon as he dies, something that's like the limit. So I wonder if those signs are related to their
To him.
lives,
To his death.
to his death, that their weakness.
So they break when he
they
dies. So that's why he's so worried.
Right. Well, we need to take a look at that book, like you said,
Yes.
Where is
I
this
do.
book? Does it still exist?
in the library.
Check the library. Do I know of any colleagues that might have any knowledge?
Dr. Henry Armitage is the most famous historian at the university, and there are a number of books that he has put in this restricted section where you can only get them if you go speak to him.
The restricted section.
Is there someone? What else do we have? The journal. We have the box.
The head librarian is Daisy Walker, and there are other librarians there as well that you can just go and talk to.
All right. Daisy and I are old friends. Might as well go have a chat with her.
I think we might as well come along, because I don't, unless I could go, I could try and take the sarcophagus. Can I use spot hidden on the sarcophagus to see if there's anything like a secret compartment inside of it or something like that, like something else hiding something?
No, there's
Okay.
nothing else.
Are you a student at the school?
No, I just knew Rupert.
Interesting.
I'm a student.
Is there rules against bringing non-students into the library?
No, you're fine. You're
Okay.
prof. You run the place,
All
just
right.
like me.
Hope you're not watching.
Is there anything in my office that could be of use to me?
You've got your medical bag, so you could carry. Depending on how long this trip's going to be, are you going to go to as you plot this out, you're going to research the rest of the afternoon.
It's in the attic.
and then head out, or are you going to spend the night in Arkham? How do you want to make use of your time? Now's the time to strategize, I think, about your next
So
steps.
what do we do?
Well, I think that time is of the essence. That thing's in the attic. So we know we need to go to the library. Because
Yes.
that's where the solution is. To dispelling this thing or getting rid of it from our world.
There might also are there libraries and
He
things
does
in
say,
the
I'll
Dark
just
Brotherhood?
remind you that he does say that the method of delivering the thing from the world is in the accursed house.
Oh, the accursed house, that's right, that's what he said. It wasn't in the book.
Well, because he had said in the
They got them.
journal that they need to reverse the incantation.
Yeah, they needed a chant, and they lost a pentagram that they used to banish.
No,
Did
he
it
destroyed the
say-
pentagram.
He
Does it
destroyed
say
the
what they
pentagram.
drew the pentagram with?
That would all be in the book in the library.
Okay.
So I need to go to
That's-
the
that's
library
an important
and
book.
find the book.
Is there...
They're also I don't know if there's anything in the my whatever
Dark
the Dark Brother the the frat, my frat. There might be stuff there. Maybe there's books.
Why don't
or
maybe if you want to go talk to, because you have an inn, so if you want to go talk to them, maybe you could learn something more.
yes.
And then maybe I could take.
You're a soldier, right?
I'm a soldier.
Do you have any weapons? Anything of use to us?
I'd have to go. I live on the north side of town, so I live on the north. It would take a while to get there and back. I don't have a car.
You can take the bus.
I'll take the bus.
Can you go collect weapons?
I have a rifle for myself, but I don't carry anything else.
Well,
could
I
use-
mean,
You can purchase things.
I have.
If
If you want to lend me some money, I'd be happy to. I think I have. How much money would I have on me? I have
You have 10 times your credit rating.
$140.
That's a lot.
Great. Then I have enough money for weapons.
Okay, so you could go back to the frat. You can make a idea roll.
Idea roll. Is that like a?
So that's equal to your intelligence.
Oh, intelligence. Yeah, that's a great success.
Oh,
So,
good for
fuck.
you.
Great success.
There's a guy named Nick
Great.
Unger
Nick
who's a
Unger.
student. He's in your frat, and he's studying Egyptology.
There's a guy. I know a guy. One of my buddies, Nick Unger. He's a great guy. He's in Egypt. He takes the Egypt classes. I'll go talk to him. He might
Okay.
know about the thing.
Okay, sure. Yeah, to take the sarcophagus.
Oh, I love that guy.
Okay.
I go.
please be careful.
I'll try my best.
All right.
Do I have like a bag, something protective to put that in?
You could totally put it in a medical bag so that it's.
I have
secure.
just an extra one lying
Yeah,
around.
you have lots of them. You can
Yeah.
go in the hallway, pick it out, and get
And
it
I
from a
have,
specimen
so
bag.
I have the thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't like
Okay.
it. I just kind of hide
I can go out and I can buy us some weapons.
it.
Okay, so you're gonna buy some weapons.
Yeah.
You've got this thing in a little bag now. It's secure because this thing is thousands of years old.
Yeah. It's just gonna crumble.
So it's now in a protected bag, and you're gonna go to the library.
Yes.
We can meet at my place. I live on the north side of the river. I can give you the address right now, and you can just come meet me after I buy the weapons.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So off you go, searching. It's nothing to buy weapons, unfortunately, in America, even in the 20s, and you can find whatever you require.
Right.
There's no background checks. There's nothing. So within the limits of your
Before
money,
he goes-
you can look in the book and buy some things.
Before he goes, can I be like, hey, buddy, this is my opportunity. I've always wanted like a little handgun, just in case. I how much is like a gun in that time?
Yeah.
I just like it's like here,
Slide me the amount of
slide,
money.
slide
yeah,
me the
whatever.
money. I'm like,
Okay.
hey, just in case. I don't want to be left unprotected.
Okay. You're a baseball star, right?
Oh yeah, some people say that.
I guess you'll some. I'll get you something to swing with. How about that?
All right.
All right. What about you? What would you be comfortable with me buying?
For myself,
Mm-hmm.
I open the bottom drawer of my desk and pull out a shotgun.
Oh wait.
You never know at Miskatonic University.
Hey.
All right. So
Yeah.
let's flash forward a little bit. What do you want? Says Johnny, and he's sitting in the basement, and he's got his that book that's larger than his torso in front of him, and it's just hieroglyphics all over it, and you can barely see his face as he's poring over it. What do you want?
Nikki, have I got a treat for you today, Nikki?
He puts it down.
I
I gotta study. I gotta test.
It's like not. I just kind of slide it like as close to his face as I can, just like in the bag, just like the little sarcophagus.
His
I'm like
his
scared.
jaw drops and drool appears at the end of it, and he looks at the thing, and the drool starts coming down, and you're worried for a second that as he opens it up, the drool's going to land in the sarcophagus. But he sucks it back up and swallows, and he looks at it. Where did you get this?
It doesn't matter. What is it? I need to know. It's important, but I also just thought because you're such a good friend to me that you might be interested in
This
such
is
a...
authentic.
I thought it might be.
It's from the middle period.
I don't know what that means, but it's probably
Middle
the best
Kingdom.
one.
Did you get this out of the library for the museum?
No. I'm not.
Did you guys pull something?
I'm not a thief, Nikki. You know me. I'm not a thief.
Make a persuade, fast talk, something. Charm. I think a charm will.
Not very charming, apparently.
Pick your poison.
Probably not going to succeed. I'm 79.
No. All right. He's looking at it. So what do you want to know?
What is it? What can I? What can I? Is it dangerous? Is it? What does it say? That's what I really want to know. What are the words on it?
He says, I don't know. Just a minute. And he walks over to his dorm room, and he opens the door and comes out with all these volumes and puts them down and says, "Here, open those ones. You're looking for," and he mentions this Egyptian phrase that you have no idea. He says, "You're looking for that. You start. I'll look." And the two of you start cracking the books. You're useless.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking for.
Make your history roll at 5%.
21, almost.
No, you're still useless. So you're flipping through. You don't know what you're looking at. And he says, "You're just a dumb jock."
Well, I guess some people say that.
Finally, he says, "It looks like. You think it looks like this?" And he shows you a picture of some hieroglyphics that do actually look similar. This is from the 14th dynasty of Egypt.
Yeah.
It looks like it's from Nefren Ka.
Oh, all right. Is that a bad thing?
Well, just a second. And then he looks up Nefren Ka and he says, "Yeah, look." And he shows you a picture that actually looks like a little sketch of this. And he says, "This is given to Nefren Ka by the gods, and was said to contain spirits that he could call upon to serve him."
All right.
Oh, but it doesn't. There's supposed to be a thing in this.
Yeah, I know. I heard. I knew about the thing. The problem is, I don't know where it went. We're looking for it, though.
He looks up. He sees the little transcription. He sees the little note on the box. He goes, "That's interesting."
Well, Nikki, what?
Oh, it's not in hieroglyphics. This.
I was wondering about that one because I know like a little bit about the Egypt stuff, so I thought it was a little different.
No, you see, this is a translation.
Oh, all right. Of what? From what?
It's in ancient Greek.
Do you know Greek?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't everybody?
Well, yeah. Obviously. What does it say?
He pieces it out. Seeker of wisdom, servant / son of Uger, Yoag, Setheth, deliverer of the people / slaves of the water, bearer of the spirits of Narloth, Hotep, child of Thoth, seeker of wisdom.
Yeah, I got maybe half of those words. Thanks. So.
And he writes it down for you. He says, "Now, can I get back to? Can I have that thing when you're done with it?"
We'll talk about it. Thanks for all your help, Nikki.
Thanks.
It's very appreciated.
You owe me one.
Sure.
And there you go. You walk up the steps of the Orne Library.
Oh.
The Orne Library. You walk up the steps. Your umbrella protecting you from the worst of the storm. Still, the lower half of your body is completely soaked, and cars going by, driving too fast in the mud. It's an awful day. You walk up the steps and you can see that Daisy is typing at the back quite noisily for a library, and there's a sort of hive of activities mid-September on a Tuesday night, Tuesday afternoon. So you can imagine how many students are here, and you walk through the doors, and table's yours. What do you need to do?
I walk up to Daisy.
You have to walk past the front desk, and then she's in the office in the corner, clacking away.
Okay.
And she says, "Doctor," and she doesn't even stop typing, and she looks at you. "How can I help you?"
Daisy, I need a huge favor from you.
Sure. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a book
Uh-huh.
that I believe is in the restricted section, and it's quite urgent.
She stops typing and looks up at you. The restricted section. Have you spoken to Dr. Armitage?
No, I haven't had the time. It's a
He's-
favor for Rupert.
How is he?
Not well.
Well, I would love to help you, but even faculty have to go through Henry Armitage in order to see any of the books in the restricted section. He would be very upset if I let you in.
Well, then send him to me.
You can charm, persuade, any of that stuff, or you can accept this.
You can persuade. I can try to persuade.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a 40.
You could also intimidate. Like, do you know?
Can I do next?
Yeah. Well.
Can I build? Or
Yeah.
do I have to choose one?
No. You can do a persuade.
Okay. No, I.
That's what you were doing before and it didn't work. Basically, even faculty. I'm so sorry, Doctor. Please understand. It's my job. If I let anybody into the restricted section without express written permission from Dr. Armitage, I could be in terrible trouble.
I'm gonna try to intimidate.
Okay. Listen.
Do I have anything on her? Like, I have dirt?
You don't have dirt, but you are a full professor, just like he is a full professor. And so
Okay.
the pulling rank is just about the most intimidating thing you can do.
Okay.
But I'm going to make you have to make a hard success in order to get this.
Okay. So I pull rank. I tell her that I didn't want to have to do this, but this is ridiculous. I should be able to do any. I've worked at this university long enough that
old man can't afford all this information.
The bureaucracy should not apply to me at this point.
That's not.
46.
That's not good enough.
My intimidate is 65.
I know, but I'm making you make a hard success in order to do it, because this is out of game. I'll explain at some point why it's so difficult.
Okay.
But in game, you're getting nowhere. And Daisy stands up and she says, "Listen, Doctor, I admire your work, but you have to understand that we have rules for a reason around here. We cannot allow anyone access to the library without Dr. Armitage's written consent." And she crosses her arms and stands up to you.
I'm gonna remember this.
You see some sweat forming. If there's anything else that I can help you with, I would happily help you with it, but I can't help you with this. I'm so sorry.
I leave.
All right.
Before I leave, is it a key to get in to the restricted section?
You've never been in the restricted section, but it is in its own level. Yeah, there's a key. It's behind a locked door. It's at the top of the library. It's locked. It's not just a room with that's easy to break into. As I said, out of game. I'll explain it later. But there is a reason why the restricted section is the restricted section.
Okay. So how far away is this?
If you ever want to read a story, read Dunwich Horror, and it has a lot to do with the restricted section of the library. So.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So you fail, and you leave. You're standing at the steps of the library with the rain all around you, thinking, "I just wasted like an hour of precious time."
Where is this doctor? Is he far?
Dr. Armitage? Yeah, he has a house on campus, but
I'm running out of time.
you're running out of time. You feel like you're running out of time. You'd have to find him. You'd have to get access. You'd have to read the book. And if you know anything about occult manuscripts, I'll show you the one that I was talking about before. This is an occult manuscript. Try reading that in an hour. And that's a really nice copy of Malleus Maleficarum. That's the style that all these books are written in. They require months and months of study in order to crack them open.
Okay. Can I use any of my library skills?
Yeah.
Okay. So
What do you want? What do you want to know?
it's called. What is it?
Divernus Mysterious.
Divermus Mysterious.
Yep. You can make a roll.
To have an idea
Make a roll to find out more information about the book out of the library.
from a library use roll.
Yes.
Okay, it's 70.
Excellent.
You're good at the library.
God.
That would be a fumble. So listen, here's that you, even your, you've seen a lot in your time. You're so frustrated with the bureaucracy, with the need that you can't even think of what to look up next, and you're just standing there getting wet. And just when you think of it, wait, when did I check this thing out? Somebody races by on a bicycle and splashes you.
Okay.
As soon as I get this information, I just run to the library.
Okay.
That's what I'm running.
It only took you.
Yeah.
Well, it took you about an hour.
Getting through the.
And you see the doctor get splashed by a guy on a bike, and as he's approaching you, you can see he's laughing like he did it on purpose.
How are you doing? Do you get anything?
You ignore that and walk up to her. She's standing there. She does not look happy.
Well, guess what? I got something. Don't know what it means. I'll read it out to you. I got a little thing. Seeker of wisdom, servant, open parentheses, son, close parentheses, of Uger, open parentheses, Yoag, close parentheses, Setheneth, deliverer of the people, open parentheses, slaves, close
Can I just
parentheses,
walk
of
into
the
the
water.
library?
Yeah.
Follow me.
Okay, fine.
Can I take it from?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Can I do a history check?
Yeah, my buddy gave it to me, Nick Unger. He's a good
Okay,
guy.
Success?
Yeah.
Do you have an occult skill?
No. Well, 15.
Make a roll. Okay. History check. You recognize the name Yoeg Setheth. Sounds familiar to you. And Narloth Hotep. Both sound familiar to you. You're not sure why, but they're both occult names that have come up in various bits of literature, and you're pretty sure that asking the right people, you could get some more information about them.
Do I understand anything else about it?
You don't. It may come in handy later. It might be a thread to follow when you've got more time. At the moment, it's a mystery.
Okay.
A divermis mystery.
Are these people students or are they books? Is it Daisy?
Daisy's back there, yeah.
So do I make a library check to figure it out?
No, that's what you gain the information I just said by just looking at it and
Okay.
thinking, oh, I know history.
I know.
Right? I know history. I made my history roll. But you make a mental note that you should probably bone up on Egyptian history if you're going to investigate this further. All right. So the time is passing. The two of you met at the library. You did catch you know who it was that splashed her, so you could tell her the name of the guy for future.
That guy. You just give him
The
an
guy.
F. I don't like the guy very much
He
anyway.
he's one of your students in first year, and that you probably got some revenge. You thought you couldn't see him, perhaps, but you can make a mental note on Stinson is his name.
Stinson.
Stinson. Oh, yes.
He's always sitting at the back, talking. Always his eyes on the women in the class and not on the work. Soon, the three of you find yourselves, unless you have any other information to look up in Arkham, is there anything else you want here?
Can't think of any.
So I bring medical equipment and my shotgun.
Shotgun, medical equipment,
And the journal.
all the things that are already part of the investigation. Note that anything that you want, you should write down that you're bringing, and we'll give you guys a little break to write down anything, because from this time forward, you have what you have, and there's no running to the store.
I did some good shopping.
Might need some pizza pockets.
I can see what I got.
Speaking of pizza pockets, let's take a little break at the moment, and
Come
we'll
back
be
and
back
chips.
in 5 minutes.
Okay.
What? And we'll
Come back and
open
eat
the
chips.
chips.
Just eat them all up.
You guys want to hear what I bought? Or you want to save it?
I do actually want to.
How about I say it again?
Okay.
I want to save it, yeah.